What's up, guys? JD Venom, partner of Venom Nation Wrestling, and I am back. I was on a hiatus last week because I was working till midnight. Last week, so if you guys saw the Game Over podcast, you guys know that. I didn't do a live stream yesterday for Monday Night Raw because I got off late after work. It was about an hour and a half into the show already, so I was like, you know what, fuck it. We'll start here tonight. Welcome to my Smackdown live review here. From this point forward, we should be right back on track of having daily videos here on the channel. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure to leave a thumbs up. Will very much so help the profile of the channel to get out there to other viewers so they can view me here on YouTube for wrestling content. Tell your friends and family, come and join the JD Venom Nation on YouTube. And I already said follow me on Twitter, I think, right? Just follow me on Twitter and like my Facebook page, or both those links are down below. Tonight's SmackDown, it was a lot better than last year. If you remember, the 4th of July celebration last year on Monday Night Raw, that was one of the worst Raws of all time that I saw last year. This year's show, which was on SmackDown, it was a lot better. Now, being that said, it wasn't a great show. Right off the bat, if I had to give it a rate out of 10, I'm right at a 6. Out of 6, there was a few stuff on here that was fairly enjoyable tonight. The rap battle was fucking funny. We'll be getting to that in a second. John Cena returning, and, excuse me, I have to get up for this one here. If you guys don't mind. I'm gonna have to back up here for this one. Okay. He is back, and he returned tonight, and he is here. The Masturbation Celebration! Rusev, baby! He's back. He's back, motherfuckers. He's gonna drop to Cena at Battleground, isn't he? Fuck, well, you can't win them all, right? He's back, but he's gonna drop to Cena. Whatever. Fuck me, right? Or maybe Jinder Mahal could interfere. I mean, I can make up a little conclusion with that. I mean, maybe they'll have some backstage interaction before the match, John Cena and Jinder Mahal, and I can see something like that happening. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. But I will say this. It's great to see Cena back. It's great to see Rusev back as well. And these two guys are much needed on the SmackDown roster. And speaking of that, let's start off with that segment, because that's what opened up tonight's show live from, I believe, from the same location as it was from last night, Talking Stick Arena. Yeah, Talking Stick Resort Arena in Phoenix. Cena comes out to the ring. He's fired up. He takes the mic. You get the dueling chance of "Let's go, Cena. Cena sucks." And Cena talks about America and why he loves the country. Cena goes on and says people have been spreading rumors about his future, about him going to Hollywood, losing his edge, and being nothing more than a part-time mascot. Cena says that he's an all-timer, and that means Raw and SmackDown. Cena goes on and names off names. You know, he names off Lesnar, names off Rollins and Roman Reigns, which got obviously a huge big boo pop. AJ Styles and everybody there. So he was naming off the names there. And he says, WWE superstars, he said, those WWE superstars, if you line them up, I will knock every one of them down. In 15 years, in 15 years, and you know it's true. Cena has never lost his fire or passion. Needs to compete with the best, but it burns stronger. Now it burns stronger. Cena says he's a man with nothing to lose. Today, the franchise is back, and the champ is here. After that, Rusev, Machka, motherfucker. I love Rusev so much, man. Yeah, just push him. Just push him towards the just give him a WWE World Title reign. Just give him a WWE World Title reign. Before we get to Rusev coming out, what Cena said was typical Cena. We are expecting him from Cena. He said the same thing going into WrestleMania this past year when he did that similar promo saying, "Oh, I'm not a part timer." Blah 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 blah. Well, Cena, you are a fucking part timer right now. If you're not there 12 months out of the year, or at least 10 months out of the year, you are a part timer. It's just what it is. Okay. He deserves to what he's getting right now. Great for him. He deserves anything that he gets. He's one of the most hardest working men ever in wrestling. I get it. I understand it. But you are a part-timer. You are a part-timer. There's no disputing that. You are a part-timer. If you are there less than 6 months out of the year, you are a part-timer. It's just what it is. I can't go to my job and work 25 hours a week there and say, "Oh, I'm a full-time employee." He's not a full-time employee. He is a part-time in-ring competitor, at least for the past couple years in the WWE. He deserves to do what he's doing with the movies and the TV shows, and I totally get it. That's fine. I'm not hating, but don't say that you're not a part-timer when you clearly are. So that's what it is with that. Cena's a part-timer, and it is what it is with that. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is with that. He's a part-timer. Great, whatever. I don't really expect Cena to be the guy that is going to come back as a full-time in-ring wrestler. He doesn't need to do that anymore. He could come and, and show up to the, to 5 out of the 12 pay-per-views a year. He could come back for the big 4 pay-per-views and maybe one random pay-per-view. Or he could come back for 7 pay-per-views out of the year and a few SmackDown. And he's going to be wrestling on SmackDown. So I can see him more of a Chris Jericho type of situation where Jericho will come back, during during the summertime, wrestles, and he leaves after WrestleMania, something like that. But regardless of the fact, Rusev comes out. If you guys hearing fireworks, I'm sorry, I may have to wrap this up faster than what I want to tonight, just because of the fireworks, and it gets very distracting, because it's obviously 4th of July, and I want to go out as well, and I want to go pop some fireworks with some family. But I should be doing that. I probably gotta get out of here in the next 20 minutes. So I gotta get this thing going. Okay, so Rusev comes out. He comes out to the ring holding a microphone with his Bulgarian flag. Fans chant USA. Rusev says, despite Cena's claim, he does work hard. He got hurt in that ring working hard. Rusev says he's been at home rehabbing his shoulder, watching the commercials for Cena's return, and wondering why they weren't airing commercials for his return. Rusev says he sent video messages to Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon, but they didn't reply. That's why he's here now. Rusev says Cena will not be taking opportunities from Rusev. From him, I should say. Well, I don't know what they put from Rusev. I don't know. Will not be taking any opportunities from him. Rusev says the American dream is just a lie. Just like America is. The fans boo. Cena asks if he knows where he is. He said, and Cena says, we're not in Bulgaria, which was fucking dumb as shit, but that's Cena at this point, which I really don't care. We're in the good old US of A. He invites Cena in the ring to get punched in the mouth for old glory. I just hate that United States propaganda, especially on days like 4th of July. Like, oh, if you're not American, you're a heel. If you are American, you are a face. Or like, I hate when they do this stuff. Like how come no one can see from Rusev's point of view? You know what I mean? Like if Rusev would have came out, if he didn't say like you stupid Americans, which I rather prefer him to say, but if he did not say you stupid Americans, if he just came out here as all, and he has like a legitimate disagreement with the United States, if he comes out there and be more political with it, then I think the fans will either, some fans are more, some fans will cheer him, but they probably would respect Rusev a lot more. And I'm talking about in a kayfabe sense. I'm not talking about in a shoot sense. Everybody, I respect the hell out of Rusev. I'm just talking about in a kayfabe sense, or to the casuals out there in the crowd who, who think Rusev is gonna, is probably one of the members, in fucking Russia that's hacking, the election. You know what I mean? That's helping fucking Donald Trump. You know what I mean? And now doesn't realize that he's Bulgarian, not Russian. You know what I mean? But anyway, back to what I was gonna say. Rusev says, there goes Cena, just trying to boss him around again. Americans always think they can boss people around. Rusev says American Independence Day is a joke to Independence Day in Russia. I'm sorry, in Bulgaria. A yes chant started, blah, blah, blah. And Rusev says, all you do is sit at home, is stuff your face with burgers and hot dogs. Yes chant broke out. And Rusev went on to clearly say, that wasn't a compliment, you dumb Americans. Yes, he's a fucking action movie villain from the 80s. You stupid, pathetic Americans. Love it. Love it. After that, there was some more back and forth. Cena challenging Rusev to a flag match. Rusev agrees, but it won't be tonight. It'll be on his own terms. The segment ends with Cena getting a USA chance. So at Battleground, and I'm glad they didn't do this tonight. I'm glad that there's segments for the pay-per-view. Now, again, it's going to be one of those things as well where fucking, Rusev and Cena, a flag match. Like, we just saw a fucking kendo stick on a pole match. I hate pole matches. I hate them. All it is just, I'm going to get up and show you. It's just that. That's all it is. Just reaching for something. No wrestling involved. It's terrible. I hate pole matches. I just kind of hope that they do something different with this pole match. They do something different with this flag match. Because I personally don't give a shit. I personally don't give a shit about the match itself. Now, seeing Cena back in the ring is good. Seeing Rusev back in the ring is fucking great. But what are we not that stupid? Are we that naive to know that Rusev is going to lose this match? Unless if Jinder Mahal gets involved, and and basically, the way that you can set that up is that, let's say that this match, Cena and Rusev is the main event. Let's say Cena and Jinder Mahal have an interaction backstage, saying Jinder Mahal gets in his face and, he's like, oh, I'm better than you because I'm Indian, blah, blah, blah. And Cena's all like, well, I'm going to go out here and win for America. Then I'm going to challenge you for the WWE Championship at SummerSlam. Then the fucking, after that, Jinder Mahal comes out to the ring during the match, hits Cena with his fucking finishing maneuver or whatever. Then Rusev grabs the flag. I mean, that's pretty much what you can fucking do. It's something like that. You know what I mean? That's the only way that Rusev's gonna win. Do you really believe that Rusev is gonna beat Cena in a flag match clean? No. There's gonna be dirty tactics if Rusev wins. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So, where was I at? So after that, we get Smackdown General Manager Dan Bryan, who's backstage. He's talking to somebody on the phone. And that's good to have Cena back. AJ Styles and Chad Gable come in and talk to Dan Bryan. Bryan says that Kevin Owens has made a case that they shouldn't be in tonight's Battle Royal. Bryan makes AJ versus Gable, with the winner getting a spot in the Battle Royal. AJ says he's always up for a little competition. Gable says he's much more than a little competition, and that'll be our first match of the night. This match overall of AJ Styles and Chad Gable, very good match. This makes me realize on how good Chad Gable is. I already knew he was pretty damn good, but this makes me realize that, damn, this guy could be a single star. Now, the only thing I will say that with that is that he'll need a different gimmick. He'll need to be a little more menacing. Not saying he's going to be a heel, but like a little bit more of an edge. And also, as well, on top of that, something to get him emotionally invested so he can get over with the casual audience. He has that talent. He can wrestle in the ring. Wrestling is the least of our worries with Chad Gable. Phenomenal in the ring. He just has a little bit more edge. Now, I'm not saying break up American Alpha. I'm saying that I can see Chad Gable being a single star if built up properly. That's all I'm saying. He held his own in the ring with AJ Styles. Very good stuff. We saw some German suplexes. We saw, some great reversals, and Gable going for an ankle lock, and, just very good stuff. At the end of it all, phenomenal form for the win by AJ Styles, and he beats Chad Gable. Now, after the match, we see AJ helping up Chad Gable. Chad Gable gets a little bit of round of applause. He leaves him in the ring. I'm a guy that likes to speculate. What if, I'm just throwing it out there, if it sticks to the wall, it sticks to the wall. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But what if Chad Gable is prompted for a singles run? I'm not saying that's going to happen, because I think American Alpha is still going to be good together. I think American Alpha may turn heel, to be honest, sooner or later. But what if that does happen? What if we see, Chad Gable starting to go after, the United States Championship against Kevin Owens, excuse me. You know what I mean? Would you like to see that? I don't know. Just by the way that they did that, and with AJ putting over Gable at the end, helping him up, you know what I mean? Stuff like that goes somewhere. I'm not saying it's going to happen, like, right now, in the next couple weeks, but stuff like that goes somewhere. Maybe we'll see something in the upcoming weeks, because Chad Gable's been on TV for the last couple weeks wrestling. He's been on TV the last couple weeks wrestling, first against Kevin Owens, now against AJ Styles. I'm pretty sure, creative and the agents backstage are noticing Chad Gable's talent. He needs more mic skills. He definitely needs more mic skills. He needs to improve on the mic. But, if you could put a character behind Chad Gable and actually have the audience, the fans, be emotionally invested in Chad Gable, I think Chad Gable could be a great single superstar. But it will take time. It will also take time, though. I don't see it happening overnight. I see that happening, with a year build or maybe a 2-year build with Chad Gable. But I don't know. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. After that, we saw Mojo Bitch backstage. Motherfucker. We saw Mojo Bitch backstage, and he's down by his loss last week to the Usos. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit about Mojo Rawley? Are you fucking serious? This guy couldn't even wrestle his dick out of his fucking shorts. Zack Ryder comes up to him, tries to cheer him up, and reveals that he got them a spot in tonight's Battle Royal. Mojo gets hype and mentions he won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at WrestleMania 33. And Zack Ryder goes, because I wasn't in it. Zack, turn heel already. And I think we may see the first little seed planted tonight of Zack Ryder possibly turning heel. I can't wait for it, because I want him, this is what I want Zack Ryder to do. I want him to break his fucking legs, okay? I want him to break his fucking legs. That's just first of all. Second of all, break his clavicle. No, not his, yeah, maybe it's clavicle. Yeah, it's clavicle. Clavicle bone. I think it's a clavicle bone right here, right? No? Collarbone. I know it's collarbone, but I think it's called a clavicle. Whatever! I want him to break his clavicle. Wherever that is. I'm just making up fucking words, like, saying shit I don't even know about. But seriously, like, break his legs, break his kneecaps, break his arms, just kill him. Because Mojo Rawley is a piece of shit. And he should be on WWE TV. I said that he should be dating Dana Brooke. He should be dating Dana Brooke. Dana Botch. Because those two are perfect for each other. They both suck at what they do. And that's wrestling. Fuck out of here. So anyway, we'll get to that in a little bit in the Battle Royal. We come back from break, and we see Carmella in the ring with James Ellsworth. Ellsworth takes the mic and says he's canceling Independence Day. Just shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Canceling Independence Day. Who the fuck are you to say something like that? That's like me going somewhere. Let's say I'm at work, right? Oh, tomorrow, Thanksgiving is canceled, motherfuckers. No turkey for you. Huh? You thought you were gonna get some stuffing? You thought you were gonna get some gravy, motherfucker? No fried turkey for you, motherfucker. No. Thanksgiving is canceled. Get the fuck out of here. Canceling Independence Day. Because we're having something more important. A Carmella-bration. He tells everyone to stand and give it up for the first and second and only Miss Money in the Bank. Carmella laughs at everyone for thinking someone else was going to win the briefcase in the rematch. She says everyone wanted to write history by making Daniel Bryan grant the rematch. She says you can't always get what you want unless you're Carmella. She goes on about having all the power and says that she gets to decide when and where she will beat Naomi for the title. After that, we see Naomi coming out. She has her new women. I didn't see this last week because, again, I was working from 3 to midnight. I'm not too sure if she debuted the belt last week. The glowing belt. I like it. There's some people who don't like it. I like it just because it goes with her character. You know what I mean? When Miz had his fucking title, he had the upside down M. When, when Cena had the belt, we had the Spirit belt for fucking years, but he had his own version of the United States Championship. So I do like the custom-made belts. I do like that stuff. You know what I mean? And it doesn't, if it goes with the character, why not? I mean, so I'm fine with it. It looks cool. It is what it is with that. Naomi congratulates Carmella on being able to call herself Miss Money in the Bank. But Naomi likes to call herself something else. The WWE Smackdown Women's Champion. Naomi goes on and says that she's not worried about Carmella cashing in because her eyes will be open and her glow will always be on. She addresses Ellsworthless and next and says someone has some words from him. After that, Daniel Bryan comes out, big yes chant. Bryan wonders what he's going to do with Ellsworth. Fans starts to chant Bryan's name. Ellsworth goes on to speak, but Bryan tells him to shut up. Bryan says he knows exactly what he's going to do with Ellsworth. Bar him from the arena. Fans pop. Ellsworth mocks Bryan about getting back into the arena. Bryan also fines Ellsworth $10,000. Ellsworth doesn't like that. Bryan also suspends Ellsworth for 30 days. Kayfabe, of course. Fans starts chanting yes. And Bryan says if Ellsworth doesn't leave the ring right now, or if he breaks any of these rules, Carmella will be stripped of the contract. Carmella tells Ellsworth to leave and takes his arm to leave to the back. Bryan's music hits as we go to commercial. After that, we got a SmackDown titles match, a rematch between Naomi and Lana. Do you really want to know what the fuck happened here? Not even fucking 10 seconds. Lana taps out. Who gives a shit? You build up Lana. And in my mind, I was like, well, if you're going to debut Lana to go up against Naomi in her first match, as an in-ring competitor on the main roster, she will beat Naomi for the SmackDown Women's Championship. I didn't agree with it. I did not agree with it because I don't think Lana's that good in the ring. I think she would rather be a better valet to Rusev. I don't agree with it, but that was what my logic was thinking. I'm like, well, why the fuck would you have her debut only for her to lose? Well, because it's the WWE, that's why. WWE doesn't use logic. I do. That's some of the shit that I try to bring to you guys is logic. So logically, I was thinking, well, why would you have Lana debut against Naomi only for her to lose? She lost again last week. She lost again this week. Not even fucking 15 seconds. She lost. Naomi did a fucking, sunset flip into a roll up, and she puts her into that submission, and she makes her tap out. It was like 15 seconds. The match wasn't like I'm stuttering right now because I don't even know why this was on her TV. I understand because of what happened. Her show was up. She put it on Twitter. Blah blah blah. Fuck that shit. So anyway, I think there's going to be something going on now after this with Lana and Tamina Snuka, because after the match, Tamina comes out to the ring. She gets in between Lana and Naomi. Tamina stares at Naomi and turns to Lana, telling her to get up. Tamina looks to be caring for Lana here. She tells Lana to come on and get out of the ring. Lana follows her as they leave. So I'm not too sure if Tamina is going to be like a mentor to her or her muscle or something for where that she starts winning matches. whatever. If this is the way to get Lana win matches, great. But I think Lana is already buried within her first 3-4 matches on the main roster. She is already buried. They already buried Lana. The fans cannot give a shit about Lana at this point. And it's been 4 matches. It's been 4 matches, and the fans do not give a shit. They don't. Because you already buried her. At least make her look strong. You made her look very strong that first night when she came out. When she hit that beautiful spine, that sit-down spine buster. I like her spine buster, though. I like her little sit-down spine buster. I like when she does that finishing maneuver. But outside of that, Lana's not that good in the ring. She's not. She's not. Now, I don't want to totally shit on her and say, like, oh, she's Eva Marie. She's nowhere near Eva Marie. She's nowhere near Dana Brooke. She's a lot better than Dana Brooke. Dana Brooke fucking sucks cock in the ring. But I would still prefer Lana in a role that will suit her better, which will be a valet. That's my opinion. But that's what we got there with the women tonight. We didn't have any women. We didn't have Charlotte tonight. She was in a dark match tonight. So there you go. We go backstage to Dasha Fuentes and Shinsuke Nakamura. Dasha starts speaking, but Baron Corbin nails Nakamura from behind with his Money Bank briefcase. Corbin talks trash and decks Nakamura, and Nakamura comes back and retaliates, but the officials separated him. So if you weren't going to have these guys wrestle tonight, that backstage segment was perfect. You have the Money Bank briefcase winner on there. You have Nakamura on there. Nakamura doesn't need to wrestle every single week. He doesn't. This segment was perfect. I'm fine with it. And that was all within the first hour, guys. Jesus Christ. This is all within the first hour. So, now, after that, we had our rap battle. Oh, my God. We had our rap battle between the New Day and the Usos. Let me say this. First, Wale. I'm very passionate about stuff like this. A lot of fans do not understand why Wale was there. They didn't understand why he was there. Wale's a rapper. He was a Grammy-nominated rapper. So that's all you need to know about him and his profession. He's a rapper, Grammy-nominated. Wale is a supreme, huge wrestling fan. I would not be surprised if Wale watches some wrestling YouTubers. Like Joe Cronin, JD from NY, Solid Monster. You know what I mean? What Culture. I'm pretty sure he watches What Culture. He is a wrestling fan. He knows wrestling terminology. If you follow him on Twitter, this guy is talking about kayfabe and going over. I'm like, okay, this guy knows what he's talking about. A lot of people are comparing, I saw on Twitter, comparing Wale to LeVar Ball and the Ball family. This has nothing whatsoever in common with that. The Ball family used the WWE to promote their brand and to get a little extra cash, a little extra payday for Alonzo Ball. Although I do like the Ball family, they do not need to belong in WWE. Although a rap battle I don't agree with, even though it was an entertaining segment for the most part. It was entertainment. We'll talk about it in a minute. But although I don't agree with the rap battle, Wale, who is a wrestling fan, he belongs where he's at because he knows the talent. He knows the product. The Ball family could give two shits about a Miz, a Bo Dallas, a Maurice, a Curtis Axel, a Dean Ambrose. They don't even know who these fucking people are. But I do know for a fact that Wale knows the entire WWE roster. He watches the product. If you go on his, if he's not touring or whatnot, if you go on his Twitter, he's watching Monday Night Raw. He's watching SmackDown. He's watching NXT. He's watching, fucking New Japan and Ring of Honor. He had a little convention this year, or whatever it was. It was called Wale Mania. And it was with Dan Bauer. Yeah, if you guys know who Dan Bauer is, let me look him up real quick, because I don't want to get his podcast mix. Don't get his podcast mixed up here. How do you spell his name? Bauer? Dan Bauer? I'll probably have to look him up a little bit later. No, I'm sorry, not Dan Bauer. Court Bauer. What am I saying? Court Bauer. My apologies. Court Bauer. No one I couldn't find right now. Court Bauer, who is the founder of MLW Radio Network, which is a wrestling website. And basically, you get there's a wrestling podcast on there of like the J.J. Dillon show. They do podcasts on there about like, you know, old school pay-per-views, things of that nature. They have podcasts on there on MSL and Sullivan. Him, Court Bauer, and Wale had a convention down at WrestleMania this year called Wale Mania. I know there was some fans that were there. He took pictures. There was actual pictures that I put on Twitter, with Wale and some fan. You know, Wale's doing, you know, he has a fucking Bullet Club hat on, doing the Too Sweet. So, the point I'm trying to make is that Wale, who is he's a wrestling fan. He is a wrestling fan. I don't agree with what they did with him tonight, putting him in a rap battle, but he is a wrestling fan. He was wearing a fucking old school, out of print NWO Wolfpack shirt from WCW. Do I have to say any more? I'm just saying. This guy's a wrestling fan, okay? So, next time when Wally's on, whenever he's at a WWE show, don't shit on the guy, because he's a fucking fan. I get it if it's fucking, you know, Bob Barker, or fucking, you know, William Shatner, or, you know, guys, or someone there who's just to promote their fucking book or their fucking movie. I understand that, but this guy watches the product, if not every week, every other week. I mean, that's all I can really say about that. So that's it with Wale. Okay, but I just really wanted to hammer that point home that this guy's a wrestling fan. Some people don't realize that. Some people just like, who the fuck's Wale? Why is he there? Oh, just another rapper. Like, do your research first before you start talking shit. Okay, do your research first before you start talking shit. He actually had he had an album. He had an album with some, it was called like The Best There Is, Best There Was, Best. It's something with Bret Hart or something, or he had a song about Bret Hart. So mainstream rapper who's with, who's part of, I don't know if he's still part of Maybach Music with Rick Ross, but with Wale and Meek Mill and Rick Ross, like, he's a big time rapper. Hopefully it has over millions and millions of sales. So, alright, but enough about that. So, we go to the rap battle, and New Day comes out with their entourage. Uso comes out with their entourage as well. Wale says, we're going to keep it clean tonight, PG only. He goes over some rules and warns about not getting physical. Big E recaps and first mentions their dad, WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi. Wale warns the Usos. I wish they actually had the rhymes in here. They warn the Usos to keep it clean because they look angry. The Usos rap together next and make a reference to Woods and Page. So basically, I don't remember the actual lyric, but it was along the lines where we're gonna keep it PG, but everyone likes to keep it rated R. Or it was something of that nature, and it was just I was laughing. I was dying right here where they mentioned, rated R, Xavier Woods, wherever the fucking lyric was, but we already knew. We already knew that he was referring to Paige in that situation, and I didn't even hear what the fuck they said after that, because I was laughing for literally about 30-45 seconds. That is possibly one of the funniest things I see in WWE in the past 5 years. I'll be dead honest with you. I was dying laughing, because I didn't think they were gonna go. I kind of had a hint that they're probably gonna go there, but I didn't think they were really gonna go to that point. I was just dead. Like, I was dead. Yeah, so the crowd goes crazy, and I'm still laughing about it. The crowd goes crazy, and they go on and they repeat the line. Kofi raps, and Kofi's rap was fucking horrible. This is the worst part of the whole segment here. Corey raps and makes jokes on what kind of shape the Usos are in. The Usos respond with shots at Kofi for being a fake Jamaican in the past. Woods raps about next and says Jimmy and Uso are nothing until Naomi put him on Total Divas, which was a good comeback. Wasn't as good as the fucking telling them to not get rated R like Woods did. Oh god, okay, pull it together. Okay, but it was a good line. It was a decent line. So after that, Woods says they should go back and doing what they do best is that's carrying bags for Roman Reigns. Another good line. Wasn't as good as the Paige line or as the Naomi line, but I thought it was decent. The Usos get upset and they go to attack, but the two sides are held back. Wale isn't having this. He disqualifies the Usos and tells them to get out of the ring. He announces the New Day as the winners. It was kind of abrupt. It was kind of like, you know what I mean? Like the Usos clearly won the rap battle. Like, they clearly won. And it was just by that one lyric alone. After that, their lyrics weren't that great. But that one lyric with fucking telling them not to get R-rated like Woods did. The reason why it's so funny is because that, A, this is a PG product. So anytime when they step outside the box, when they get a little bit of R-rated, per se, it gets a pop out of me. It's because it's unexpected because they're a PG product, no blood, no abrasive cussing. But to reference a rated R situation, a sexual situation, someone having sex on camera with another, WWE wrestler who hasn't been with the company in over a year now, but just to see and hear that is just so fucking funny, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So the segment itself, if I had to give that a rating out of 10, I'm gonna go right in the a little bit over the middle with a 6. Just like I was showing, I'm giving this show a 6 out of 10. I'm giving that rating itself a 6 out of 10, just because of the fact that it wasn't great. It wasn't like John Cena rapping, basic thugonomic stuff. But what they did was fucking great for the most part with fucking the Usos and but they were all off rhythm and but I would say this would be one thing on the show definitely go back and watch just based off the Paige lyric alone. Fucking great. We get Randy Orton versus Aiden English. Who gives a shit? Aiden English comes out, he sings. We go to commercial break. Randy Orton just basically beats the hell out of Aiden English. Aiden English wins by a disqualification because Orton was basically taking apart the steel steps, and he took apart the steel steps and rams the steel steps into English face. So Aiden English gets a win on SmackDown. Let's remember that Aiden English gets a win on SmackDown, not by pinfall, but by disqualification. After that, we see Randy Orton. He gets on the mic, or actually, Jinder Mahal comes out with the Singh brothers. And Jinder takes the mic, he knocks down America. Mahal goes on and says that he will end Orton's legacy at Battleground inside the Punjabi prison, and proving why he's the modern-day Maharaja. And is the only powerhouse in WWE. Jinder goes to speak to his people, but Orton tells him to shut up. Orton gets fired up and says he might as well just RKO Jinder ass straight back to India. Orton says Jinder is right. No one likes Jinder, but it's not because of how he looks or sounds or where he's from. It's because he will forever be a jackass. So there you go. So Orton music hits as Jinder Mahal looks angrily from the stage, and there you go. We come back from break. We see Ty Jinder walking backstage with Fandango. Tom Breeze comes up dressed as Renee Young. Basically, he says he's Tenay, is Tyler Breeze. Dillinger basically, and we see Fandango back behind him as well as a construction worker. He was gonna attack him or whatever, but whatever. It is what it is. They were just saying that Fandango wonders if that they will come to blows tonight. Talking about Breezango. So they didn't come to blows, but it was, it was a little bit of a funny haha segment. So after that, we immediately go backstage to Renee Young, and Renee Young's face is like, what the fuck? Because Tyler Breeze was playing Renee Young. So I thought that was a good expression. I love Renee Young. She's fucking bae. She's fucking bae. She should be on the top 5 bae list, but she's not, unfortunately. She's with Mike and Maria Kanellis backstage. They talk about the power of love. And they get a cutback with, and we were getting technical issues during this feed as well. But after the feed comes back, Sami Zayn is shown backstage stretching for their match, but knocks over a bunch of equipment. He apologized for interrupting. Sami's a big fan of this power of love message. He says, we need a lot of more power of love. Sami keeps rambling on until his music hits and he goes out to the ring. Okay, so let's address this here. Sami Zayn versus Mike Bennett, that's going to be your feud going into Battleground. We have yet to see Mike Bennett wrestle yet. I think they want to save him into the pay-per-view, which is fine. If you want to see Mike Bennett wrestle for the first time, you got to be on pay-per-view if they're doing this right. You know what? I can't wait for it. Because Mike Bennett, he is a great talent in the ring. And showcasing him with Sami Zayn to have Mike Bennett go over in his first match on the WWE roster is something that I will definitely like to see. Sami Zayn is Sami Zayn. He's fucking great at what he does. He's great at what he does. He's fucking one of the best wrestlers in WWE. And he's definitely one of those guys as well that can put on a great match with anybody. So that's, Sami Zayn versus AJ Styles, Sami Zayn versus Nakamura, Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn versus Mike Bennett, Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn versus Seth Rollins. You get my point. Sami Zayn is that type of guy that can work in and out of the ring and, and just make it look better than what you actually are and put on 5-star classics. So I think his match with Mike Bennett, his program with Mike Bennett, will be good to showcase Mike Bennett, show him what he can do in the ring. Mike Bennett will go over, Sami Zayn will lose, but Sami Zayn will still look good as putting over Mike Bennett. Our Battle Royal. In here it was an Independence Day Battle Royal. This is to determine the number 1 contender for the United States Championship. You had Sami Zayn, Connor, and Victor from the Ascension, Sin Cara, Epico, and it was Primo in there? That's strange. Epico, AJ Styles, Luke Harper, Dolph Ziggler, Ty Dillinger, Eric Rowan, Jason Jordan, Mojo Rawley, bitch, Zack Ryder, Tyler Breeze, and Fandango. All you really need to know is that, A, Luke Harper is over with the fans. He is. He is over with the fans. He eliminated Dolph Ziggler first. Dolph Ziggler got eliminated, unfortunately. I'm a big Ziggler fan, so he got eliminated first. But Luke Harper's over. Why is this guy not on television every week is beyond me. This guy should be challenging for the United States Championship. It's just as much as AJ Styles, just as much as, Sami Zayn, just as much as Ty Dillinger. I'll get Ty Dillinger in a second. Because he looked good going up to the end of this match here. But on top of all that there, you get Luke Harper in a situation with Randy Orton, who had a great match at Elimination Chamber. If you guys remember that match from earlier this year, who could be in potential to be in the match at WrestleMania with Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt in a triple threat match. I don't know why WWE didn't pull the trigger on that, because you didn't use Luke Harper anyway, but in the fucking Andre the Giant Battle Royal, who really gives a shit about that. I still don't understand why Braun Strowman was still there. I still don't understand why Braun Strowman did not win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. That's why I don't fucking understand. But let's not talk about that right now. But be that as it may, Luke Harper's over, and you know, I understand why he's not being utilized. So we'll just continue from there. So we come down to the final three. We have AJ Styles, we have Ty Dillinger, and we have Sami Zayn. They all look good. AJ Styles selling his ribs earlier in the night against Chad Gable. Sami Zayn was, you know, we just talked about Sami Zayn. He's fucking phenomenal in the ring. And Ty Dillinger, who's a guy who has never, you know, I think this is his first SmackDown match in over a month and a half, maybe 2 months. You know, and from what I heard right now, and this is coming from the Wrestling News Observer, I always say News Observer, Wrestling Observer newsletter. I always say News Observer. I don't know why, because Wrestling News. I guess that's why I say it like that. But anyway, from Dave Meltzer, the reason why Ty Dillinger has not been on SmackDown, why hasn't been any roles, is because that WWE has nothing for him right now. End quote. They have nothing for him right now. What do you not, like, I don't understand it. How come you can't have Ty Dillinger versus, I don't know, Mike Bennett? Or how come you can't have Ty Dillinger against, I don't know, Kevin Owens? How come it can't be AJ Styles versus Sami Zayn at Battleground? I'm just throwing shit at the wall, guys. How come it can't be, you know, Luke Harper versus AJ Styles at Battleground, or Luke Harper versus Sami Zayn? What my main issue is with SmackDown is that SmackDown's good. It's a lot better than Raw. But there's two things. I think SmackDown, they got too much talent. Too much talent was called up, in my opinion. Because you got a 2-hour show, you're not going to be able to use all these great talents in 2 hours. Mike Bennett. I'm just going to name off names right now. Mike Bennett. Shinsuke Nakamura. AJ Styles. Jinder Mahal. Randy Orton. Rusev. Sami Zayn. You know, and that 7 right there. Luke Harper. American Alpha. The Usos. The New Day. You know what I mean? Dolph Ziggler. Zack Ryder. I'm not gonna name Mojo. Fuck him. Breezango. You know what I mean? And that's just the men. We didn't even see Charlotte tonight, as I mentioned. So, my thing is that SmackDown has too much talent, which is a good thing. It was a good problem to have, I guess. But those talents will be lost in the shuffle. Someone's going to get lost in the shuffle. When Luke Harper's being used, you know, expect Dolph Ziggler not to be on TV. I'm just naming off random situations. Or, you know, or expect Randy Orton not to really be there. You know what I mean? And I didn't even name John Cena either. Of course, John Cena, right? Just, like, too much talent on SmackDown, guys. Too much talent. But anyway, it comes down to the final three. Ty Dillinger gets eliminated. And Sami Zayn and AJ Styles has a little good back and forth interaction. And Sami Zayn gets eliminated by AJ Styles with the Pele kick. And AJ Styles is your new number 1 contender for the United States Championship. After the match, after the bell rings, Owens immediately hits the ring and unloads on Styles. Owens holds the title as the referees warn him. He grabs AJ Styles and puts the towel in his face. Talking trash to AJ. AJ drops Owens and comes back for a Styles Clash attempt. And Owens slides and scrambles out of the ring onto the floor. Owens yells at the referees to get his towel from AJ, who grabs the belt and raises the belt as his music plays. SmackDown goes off the air with AJ throwing a fit, and AJ rolls out of the ring, and the referees get between them. So, there you go. So, there's going to be your new United States Championship match. We're having 3 matches so far confirmed. Actually, 4 matches if you think about it, confirmed for Battleground. The flag match, the flag match between John Cena and Rusev. You got the Pajami Prison match, Randy Orton and Jinder Mahal for the WWE Championship. You got a United States Championship match now with AJ Styles and Kevin Owens. And you're going to have, because it's obvious, a Tag Team Championship match between the New Day and the Usos. And maybe, I mean, I don't know who Naomi could be going up against at this point now. So maybe if it's Lana again, I swear to God. But, you know, Naomi's going to be there. So that's going to be a fifth match there. So that could be your 5 matches on the card there for Battleground. But that was tonight's SmackDown, guys. It was an easy watch for the most part. I give it a 6 out of 10 again. And we will be back tomorrow for an NXT review after the show goes off the air. We're gonna have, I believe tomorrow is Bobby Roode versus Roderick Strong for the NXT Championship at Full Sail. So be expecting a review for that as soon as the show goes off the air. Guys, that's it for me. I really do appreciate you guys coming out here and watching the stream here today. You guys are fucking awesome. I love you guys to death, motherfuckers. If you haven't already, be sure to leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter, and like the Facebook page where both links are down below. Daily wrestling videos on the channel, guys. So if you want to become part of the Venom Nation Wrestling here on YouTube, time is now. And I'm not saying that because John Cena is back. But guys, that's it for me. If anything else, tomorrow's NXT show is gonna be pretty good for Bobby Roode and Roderick Strong. So I will see you guys there. But that's it, guys. I hope you guys have a great night. Peace out.